Hi. In this really quick video, I wanted to just share with you a little bit about the thoughts I'm having regarding the two projects that we are working through. If you've been following, one of the projects is to work through a mindful birthing book in order to maybe incorporate some of the techniques taught there for mindfulness to our daily lives, whether or not we're pregnant or whether or not we're a woman. And then the other book that we were working through is this Kriya Yoga book. And I've been thinking that I would like to pause working through the mindfulness book because I am finding that I need more time to share things from the Kriya book. If you recall, the Kriya book is split into lessons, and each lesson has 1 to 3 to 4 programs of different time lengths, right, that you need to devote to it. And it tells you, again, not to move forward into the next lesson until you've mastered the first lesson. And the thing is that the lessons have a lot of material, and I want to share everything with you. And I feel like I personally can't move forward to lesson 2 unless I've shared everything from lesson 1. And we've been on lesson 1 now for about a month. And I'm ready to move on to lesson 2, but I still haven't taught you, for example, Nakasana or proper Shavasana. And you need those in order to move forward with the lessons. So I've decided that I'm going to pause the mindful birthing focus and entirely focus on the Kriya Yoga. However, if you were finding that the mindful birthing book, and the materials within it were useful to you, either because you're pregnant, you know someone who's pregnant, or you just found them in general beneficial, you can please reach out to me and let me know. Because if there are people listening that find it beneficial, I will, of course, continue at least to share the parts of the book that I highlighted and found unbelievably effective. So please let me know, either by emailing me or leaving a comment on the blog in the actual webpage. Whatever way, call me, text me if we're one of those relationships, if we have one of those relationships. So that's my thoughts, and I think so. I would like to focus entirely now on Kriya. And since I'm here, and so far this video has only gone 2 minutes, I'm going to quickly show you 2 poses that are the last 2 poses that you needed to know for the program that we were working with, the Yoga Kriya book. So if you notice on the program, it says at the very bottom of the programs that you need to practice Nakasana 3 rounds and Shavasana. Nakasana is bow pose. Bow pose, if you Google it, it looks like a V. It's like a V up in some sense too. So real quick, if you're sitting on the floor in bow pose, you come up like this. Your hands will be like this or like this, whatever works for you. And you take your feet straight up. Now, you can bend your knees if that's your thing, but obviously you're using your core here, right? So that's bow pose. And then you do it for 3 rounds. So for example, you would lie flat on your back at the end of the lesson, and you would come up into bow pose and you would hold it. Take an inhale, by the way. Hold the bow pose for 10 seconds, don't breathe, and then exhale, release, and lie back down. And you do that 3 times. And why do you do that? Because it creates tension in the body for moments so that when you do finally lie down in Shavasana, you're very relaxed. Now what is Shavasana? Shavasana is lying down. That's it. You lie down on your back, you roll your shoulder blades under your body, your legs are straight out, maybe separated a bit, palms face up, laying down on the ground. It's also called corpse pose, where you just look like you're dead when you're sleeping. And the goal, again, is not to move. Like once you've adjusted and gotten your whole back flat, don't move. And that's it. So I'm going to post the pictures of those pages here. And if you do have questions about them, let me know. But I am ready to move on. I am ready to move on to lesson 2. It is exciting. We're going to learn about cleanses. We're going to add more yoga poses. We're going to learn about spirituality in some senses, and relaxation and pranayama and all that fun stuff. So that is our plan. Again, no more birthing stuff unless you really want it. The only reason I'm not doing it right now is I want to focus more on the Kriya book because I'm ready to move forward. A little bit selfish, but it's also good. So there it is. I hope you're all being safe, staying safe. Please let me know if there's anything in particular you would like me to write about. As you know, I used to write some personal stuff, and I've taken kind of a break from that lately. I feel like we're in this new world and culture of confessionalism when it comes to what we share about ourselves and lives on the internet. And I have been thinking lately about the moment when the confessionalism becomes a commodity of sorts. And I'm wondering since society is constantly urging us to share about ourselves online and YouTube and stuff like that, like, how do I feel about that? Like, and I'm kind of finding myself withdrawing from it a bit, but I also like it. So I'm not sure. It's something I'm meditating on, and it's something I'm working through. But if you want to know more about the personal stuff, please feel free to let me know. I think if you have been following my blog a while, then you may recall that I've used it mostly just to work through personal things, showing you sharing how yoga and has helped me process life stuff. And then also I can share recipes if you want, or poetry, or whatever you want, but just feel free to let me know. In the meantime, we will continue with Kriya. All right, take care.